Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Jonathan Erickson, proud principal at Paris Middle School, and I'm very pleased today to be interviewing the creators and authors of the Paris Roar newsletter that just released its first issue this week that we'll be sending out. And so I'll let you guys introduce yourselves now.
My name is Alexandra Mans, and I am a 7th grader at Paris.
Hi, I'm Daniela Gross, and I'm also a 7th grader at Paris Middle School.
Hi, I'm Caitlin McKenna, and I'm also a 7th grader at Paris Middle School.
Hi, I'm Priya Ramcharan. I'm also a 7th grader at Paris Middle School. I'm also new to Paris.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. So we're going to jump right in. So our first question is, what or who inspired you to create this newsletter?
So what inspired me to create this newsletter was pretty much as all adolescents during this time, I was just bored at home. There are a lot of big world issues going on, but there wasn't a lot of going on in my personal life. So there's a global pandemic, but I mean, I was just bored sitting on my couch. But so amongst these huge issues, I need like a creative outlet to write and actually speak about these things, because we're in a time when our democracy was withstanding lots of different problems, and we have to learn about the vaccine, and there's obviously a lot of big things going on. And so especially as a child, to kind of work through those things by writing, it's something that I love and I think I'm really good at. And so I wanted to discuss things from small ideas like what books do you want to read, and big ideas like philosophical inquiries. And so a newsletter was a great place to collaborate with other kids just like me, and got to learn cool graphic design, and really through Zoom classes I was able to meet these amazing girls, and yeah, it was really fun.
Thank you, Priya. Oh, Caitlin, I think you're still muted if you were going to speak.
Well, yeah, I just decided to join this because Alexandra actually introduced this to me, and I just was so excited to meet new people and just pursue what I thought was fun, and just also just a boredom buster.
Thank you.
Priya invited me to join the team, and I was super excited because I love writing, and I thought, maybe one day when I go to college, I was thinking of joining if they have a newspaper there. And so this was like a really fun opportunity to kind of have a practice almost.
Thank you.
Yeah, when Priya had the idea, she reached out to me, and I thought it was a really great idea. So I gave her my ideas on it, and there was Daniela and Caitlin joined, and we just kind of got started, and it was super fun. And I thought it was a great way to get our minds running and just pass some time.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so our second question is, what led you to choose the topics you did for the articles?
My first article I decided to write was my social media article. It generally talks about social media's effect on young people and focuses mainly on screen time, because there's a lot of added screen time with the pandemic. I had previously researched social media a bit, but I really wanted to do an updated version relating to the current situation and get it out to a lot of people, because it's a really important subject, especially to Generation Zers, which includes all of Paris Panthers. I also wanted to write about opportunities, because students may not know or may be hesitant to try new activities and programs. I tried focusing on activities that would help students get their mind running, help them get involved with their community, and of course, have fun.
It's impressive you already know about Generation Z, but thank you.
I chose politics as my article. I called it Political Games. I chose it because, like I said, there are huge issues going on determining the state of our democracy. And as a child, with these these newspaper articles and these headlines just kind of piling up, this newsletter gave a great platform to speak about what's important to us and what directly affects us. And we are the next generation, like Alexander said. So when we are informed and educated, we can really shape our own future and start movements and influence our world and spark change where we think it needs to be. And if I can translate what's going on into more concise language so people can really comprehend it, then I think, once we understand what's going on, it can be a really powerful force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
During this difficult time, I know that a lot of children are probably facing challenges. And whenever, at least this is just my opinion, but whenever you read or watch a movie, you're transported into like another dimension that takes your mind off of stuff. And that's why I think that movie and book section is helpful to students that might be looking for something to do. And it also shows world things that are happening right now if they're documentaries. And then my other article about keeping you aware, I hope to do monthly. And if anyone has any topics they want me to bring up, they can always email me. But I think it's super interesting to learn about things that you need to be aware about because you want to probably be something or a part of something bigger and to help your community.
Thank you.
Yeah, I decided to do sports debate because it's just a really highly discussed topic in our house with my brother wanting to do in college to study sports debate. And I thought when I joined that I saw that we didn't have anything with sports, and I thought it was a very important part to add to our article, especially with COVID and everything that's just changing in our world.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So our third question, and you've already alluded to this a little bit, which topics do you think you may write about in future issues?
For future topics, for me personally, I'm really interested in climate change. So I was thinking about discussing how ecosystems are actually becoming less efficient at absorbing carbon dioxide. I also thought about writing about the vaccine since that is something new and relates to us in the current situation as well. As for ongoing topics that we will probably do each edition, probably opportunities so that everybody can stay involved, and also current world issues if there's anything that comes up in the world so that people can be informed.
Yeah, climate change is an existential crisis I'm sure kids would want to know about. I'm also thinking of incorporating some mental health issues in. So, how to deal with that and handle it, especially in COVID. And also, usually when it's like teens on teens, it works better because we speak the language, I guess. And also bring up big social movements like feminism or BLM and what they actually mean and who supports them, who doesn't. And some fun things we could do is we could try different things, like eat different foods or watch movies and review them. So it's an experience that we can share. And also, I was thinking bring up topics and ask questions that maybe adults aren't asking kids. So this includes I know kids my age are really actually pondering their identity and individuality, and they have questions about democracy and if it's a corporate oligarchy or what it means. And so maybe even touching those huge issues of how we feel about ourselves, our role in society. And I think people sometimes underestimate how intelligent this generation is, and we can really bring that about when we ask the questions and strike conversation.
Yeah, I think you had some really great ideas. Some topics that I really want to do are music because it's a big part of my life, and I think that other students may have the same passion as me, and there's so many articles that I could explore with the topic music. Also, more articles on keeping you aware, like I said before, and then maybe advertising local businesses that are maybe struggling through this pandemic, and also interviewing teachers and staff at Paris or neighbors.
Yeah, I think those are all really great ideas. I want to continue what Alex was doing with just stuff and opportunities to do when we're at home. I know, at least for me, whenever I'm bored, I go straight to my phone. And I think it's really important just with already the 6 hours on our computer at school. And if you read Alex's article, the 4 hours on our phone or even more usually during COVID that we're on, I think it's really important to find stuff to do off of technology. So I want to continue that. And I also want to keep discussing sports because that's stuff I'm really passionate about and just stuff that might be going on in our world, which we don't really know yet.
Excellent, thank you. All right, so our final question is, what advice would you give other students who may want to do something like this?
First of all, I would definitely make sure you have a vision for what you're trying to achieve with your club or your group. Like, are you trying to encourage? Are you trying to inform? Try to start a debate, just pass time? With Paris Roar, we were trying to, quite honestly, find something fun to pass some time. And eventually it created a way to connect with students, which I think is really unique during this time and very important as well. And then once you know what you're trying to achieve, just gather a group of willing and supportive students and go for it.
Yeah, I think those are great ideas. I would say just take matters into your own hands. So, like Alexandra said, gather a group of just as passionate and skilled kids as you and just get to work. So, open that Google document and write down everything you want to do, whether it be a newsletter or a different club. And I think these kinds of activities that are student run really enrich a school. And so I know Dr. Erickson and Ms. Johnson, who's a 6th grade journalism teacher, both of you have been extremely supportive of our passion project here, and I think that's really lucky. And yeah, so just talk about issues that matter to you and really, make sure that you enjoy doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Some advice that I have is if you have an idea, don't be afraid to expand it and try and focus on the goal and take, baby steps towards it. And when you're finished, it feels so amazing to have an accomplishment that you can look back on. And also, your voice matters, so never be afraid to use it and share with your community.
Yeah, I think just like they said, just go for it and find people you can build a relationship with. I found them all of our Paris Roar teammates over Zoom. And we've built stronger relationships, and also find something that brings you joy, like do something you're passionate about, because I think that's very important. And also find an adult. We've had 2 very amazing, Miss Johnson and Mr. Erickson, that were able to help us, and with that you can just make it happen.
Well, thank you all so much. And thank you for thanking Miss Johnson and me, but we didn't really do much except for get out of your way and let you do your thing. So we're very impressed with what you guys did. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being willing not only to share the thing you created with everyone, but to do this interview to learn even more about the backstory that we're going to share with the community. And we're excited for the next issue. So thank you.
Thanks so much.